What's up? What's up? What's up? We back with another episode of the Mike to Mike podcast. I am happy to be here. Come on, let's cheer it up, kids. Yes, 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 yes. This is episode 12. We are on our 12th episode. I am excited to be here. It has been 3 months since we've been doing this show, and I am very happy to be here today. And I'm here with two great guests, two great men. These men are family here. We got another regular on the show. He's become a regular. A lot of people love him on here. We're getting a lot of good feedback from him. It's our cousin George. Come on, let's cheer it up for cousin George real quick, kids. What up, cuz? How you feeling today?
Hey, man, again, I'm happy to be back. Every time you need me, I'm coming through. So, again, let's make it do what it do.
Let's make it do what it do. And then, you know what? I got, this is my brother-in-law. Not yet, but it's about to happen in September. But, he's brother, he's family. And it's Meech here. It's Big Meech.
What's going on? What's going on?
What up, Meech? How you feeling, man?
Yeah, I'm blessed, brother. I'm happy to be here, man.
And you know what? Besides the fact that Meech is a Cowboy fan, he's a pretty good man. Besides that, he's a pretty good guy to be around. It's just that star. I don't know what it is about him and his mama and the whole family there, man. But you know what, man? Besides that, you're a pretty good man. So you ready to get into this episode, man?
I'm ready, man.
I'm glad to have you on the show, man. We're going to have a good show, man. It's going to be a great show. So, let's get into it. And you know how we do this, man. The first segment that we do is what's hot, what's not. So let's get into it.
It's time for Who's Hot and Who's Not.
So you know what? We're going to actually reverse it. Normally we start with what is hot, but I'm going to start with what is not. And right now, it's kind of been, bugging me a little bit what's going on. And it's Lamar Jackson. It's the Lamar Jackson trade. He requested a trade this week. And you know what, man? I have no problems with Lamar Jackson requesting that trade. A lot of stuff has been going on with him and the Ravens, and stuff has not been handled right. All right. And I'm not going to say it's all the Ravens because you know what? I think the situation should have been handled differently, even with Lamar Jackson in his camp. Lamar Jackson, I don't think he has all the right people around him. I know he doesn't really have an agent. He has his family, representing him as an agent. And you know what? I don't really even know if he has any type of PR people or anything to help him out. But when you are dealing with these organizations, these billion-dollar organizations, you're going to have to come correct. All right. And you're going to have to have the right representation for them to really respect you, I believe. But at the end of the day, I believe that Lamar should have gotten his contract, shouldn't have gotten his money. Should he have gotten more or the same as Deshaun Watson? I don't think so. Because I think that Deshaun Watson money was ridiculous. 238 guaranteed is ridiculous. But if they could compromise and get down to 200, I think Lamar should take that. That's good money. But taking 160, I think they offered him 130 guaranteed. Yeah, 130. I just didn't agree with that for what he's done. A lot of quarterbacks have gotten paid more than him that has done less than him as far as accomplishments in the NFL. And I just did not respect the fact that they didn't come to at least 160, 180, 200 where they can negotiate. So at this point, you know what? I think Lamar Jackson has done the right thing in looking for greener pastures. All right. I think it's just too much bad blood there with the Baltimore Ravens. And I think at this point, it's best that they move on and Lamar start somewhere fresh. So I'm going to start with Meech because he's our newcomer here. What do you think about this Lamar Jackson situation and what's going on with Lamar Jackson right now?
It's kind of like what you said. It's the people around him. I think he needed an agent to start things off to me because Deshaun Watson contract, that's an outlier. You'll never see anything like that ever again. So there's no way you're going to get 238 fully guaranteed contract. And to him, I haven't committed any crimes. I played well. I won the MVP. Don't give me the I haven't won a playoff game thing. That's not that. I've done way more than what a Dak Prescott has done. Who are these other guys?
Kirk Cousins, all these guys.
These type of guys.
And I was thinking about that only guys that can ask for that type of guaranteed money are the Patrick Mahomes of the world right now. Or the Joe Burrows. Them two right now are the only ones where they could put out any number out there and the team should have to pay it because they are worth that. But if you are in that second tier like Lamar Jackson or even that third tier, as long as it's a reasonable amount, I think 130 is a little low guaranteed.
Yeah.
But if we around that 180 to 200 or even 175 guaranteed range, I think that's good money and you should take it because nobody's getting that Deshaun Watson. The owners see it. They are mad at Jim Haslett for throwing that number out to Deshaun Watson. They are pissed off about it, and you're seeing they're fighting back. They are not going to give that type of money guaranteed. So at the end of the day, it's about compromise, and neither one of these sides want to compromise. So at this point, it's bad blood there. Lamar is hearing what they're saying about him, what they really think about him because he doesn't have an agent. Yep. So right now, it's just bad blood. What do you think about that, cuz?
Man, I think Lamar should get that bag. Number one, because like I say,
right,
there's only two other quarterbacks I believe that are better than him. Obviously Burrow and obviously Mahomes. Right, this man has an MVP in the bag. He has an MVP.
Yeah.
Right. Now you said something. Cleveland, they reset the market when they gave Deshaun all that money, and he shouldn't have got it number one. But I'm telling you, if I'm Lamar, give me my bag, man.
Yeah,
I'd have brought an MVP to this organization. Y'all know what I'm about. Y'all know what I'm worth. Y'all know how I do and what I do. I need that bag. But you did say something else. Number one, he needs an agent, right? I think he represents himself. He has his family in his corner. And that's nothing too much wrong with that. But at the end of the day, when you're dealing with that type of money and those weird contractual obligations and stuff like that you just might not know of, they can get one over on you, right?
Right.
So if I'm Lamar, give me my bag, man, at the end of the day.
Yeah, and we know what the NFL is. The NFL, it's about suits and ties up there in the organization, and they want that clean-cut quarterback. That's what they really want. But at the end of the day, like I said, Lamar Jackson, he should have got an agent. Lamar wears his heart on his sleeve. You know what I'm saying? He represents Baltimore. He loves the Ravens organization to the fullest. But you know what? If he had an agent, if he had someone in his corner telling him, hey, stay off Twitter and don't argue back with these fans.
Yeah.
These fans not going to give you $200 million, so it don't make no sense. Their opinion does not matter.
And
Stay off the Twitter, man.
You gotta understand that they're not gonna make a decision off of emotion. Yeah, they like you as a person.
Oh, most definitely.
They love him as a person. But
yeah,
if you're gonna say things on Twitter, you're gonna sit out games. You're gonna have small talk, or you liking certain things on Twitter. They're gonna assassinate your character to where if you don't sign with us, ain't two other teams are going to give you the money that you asked for.
And you know what? Not only with that, I also think they might try to turn the city against him, right? Yeah. Now, they said he said some playoff games out. I think he was hurt, but nobody said nothing early in the season when he was playing.
But right. He played 10 games for you.
Correct.
In a contract year. But what they have done now is they have made them so expensive that your only option is here. Right. Because it's $32 million exclusive tag, right?
Yeah.
Or if a team have to give me 2 first-round picks for you. So that means I had to give you 2 first-round picks and pay you $200 million? Who's going to pay for that?
That's steep.
Yeah, it's steep. And then, we can't forget the fact of Lamar's playing style, okay?
Yeah.
You have to look at the future of what your franchise is. And if we give you 5 years, $200 million, are you going to be able to hold up? These last 2 seasons, Lamar has missed 10 games. And we know some of those games have been missed because he's angry. He's not happy about the contract situation. Yeah. But, his playing style does render some injuries because he does run. All right. He sacrifices his body a lot. And you know what? The franchise looks at that as well. But as long as there is a compromise, and it's a good compromise for both sides, I think that that should be worked out. But at this point, the way it's looking, it's just looking like it's just gonna go where they're going their separate ways.
So, Mike, what you think the number is for him? What you think they should compromise up?
I would say anywhere between 180 and 200 guaranteed. Is where he should be at.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Based off of where the league is going, how the contracts will look, because Amazon Prime is coming. All this TV money, and then
TV.
on top of it, the gambling money is coming.
Yep.
All right, everybody's gambling these days. That money is about to be ridiculous. And the owners know it. That's why they're keeping Roger Goodell around. They just voted for Roger Goodell to be the commissioner again. Yep. So the money is coming. And I think Lamar Jackson and them know that. But at the end of the day, if you want that money, just do short years and keep doing contracts. Do 3 years.
3 year deals.
Do your 3-year deal. And when that money comes back around, you can do another deal for way more money. So I think, the long-term contracts ain't where it's at.
No, I don't think so neither.
I know you want your security, but I would just bet on myself because I know the money is becoming more and more ridiculous as more platforms are coming out. Like Amazon and Jeff Bezos got loan money. They don't matter what it is.
Example of that is Laramie Tunsil.
Oh yeah, he's
Yeah,
doing that.
Laramie Thompson.
Laramie
exactly.
Thompson's doing
Oh
it.
my
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
So
He's resetting the market
Yeah.
every 2 years.
and he's smart.
He comes
Yeah.
back to the table every 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
a left tackle is just like a quarterback. They're always going to be needed. All right.
And you know what else?
Is he-
Lamar better be careful because also the backup Tyler Huntley, he's really not that bad.
He's not.
Now he's not Lamar, but he can give you about 8-9 wins.
He was a
Yeah.
Pro Bowler, so that's not good for Lamar for him to be a Pro Bowler.
Yeah. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. We have a whole summer to see what they're going to do with Lamar Jackson. But I see a couple spots out there that I could see him at. I know they've been talking about Indianapolis, which might be a good spot for him.
You think?
I mean, I really don't know. With Lamar's style, I mean, any place that he's going to go, they're going to really have to change to him, you know, because he's such a unique quarterback, you know, being able to run the ball. But as far as culture goes, I think Atlanta's the perfect spot. But we already heard as far as the culture goes, I don't think Lamar Jackson was Michael Vick as far as off the field. I think Lamar Jackson's a good guy.
It's gonna be too similar though, right? It's gonna be too in
What you
Atlanta.
mean? What you mean by similar though? 'Cause-
Atlanta, both mobile quarterbacks. They gonna probably
But
want to make
the city was
Vick-ish.
on fire. The city was on fire when Vic was there.
Vic was just a different animal.
He was the number one selling jersey. You don't think Lamar can do that either?
No, I mean, I don't
You
know.
don't think Lamar can run like Vic?
No, Vic was something out of this
Speed-wise,
world.
yeah, but
I mean, as far as
in and out, but it goes back to what you said. Can you last for 5? How many games are you going to play in 5
Yeah.
years?
yeah, how many games are you gonna play with that style?
If Cam Newton with his body size can be hurt,
Right.
get concussed and
Yeah.
things like that,
Yeah.
And Lamar put
What's
on
gonna happen to
25
Lamar?
pounds, and he's still small.
right?
He put on 25 pounds. So
you coming off a knee injury, so those
Yeah.
are no
Yeah.
fun. So.
Hey, so you know what, man? I mean, we wish Lamar the
Yes.
best, but at this point, it just don't seem like he's going to be in a Raven uniform. So, you know, we'll see what happens with that situation. But we're going to move on to what is hot. And what's hot right now is, you know, we got to shout out the women, all right? The women have been doing their thing. This women's basketball tournament is for college basketball has been crazy. Okay, as far as you know, who was in the Final Four this year with South Carolina and LSU coming from the SEC. You have Virginia Tech, who had an excellent year, and then you have Iowa, who is absolutely scorching right now. And you know, we just seen that you know, Iowa beat South Carolina, which was crazy to me because in my notes, I already had South Carolina. So I was going to talk about Dallas Staley and her dominance and everything like that. And everything just got, you know, remixed after I seen that they lost. But you know what? Caitlin Clark, fantastic.
Fantastic.
Okay? This girl,
One of a kind.
I mean, one of a kind. What she was able to do to that South Carolina team. And you know what? Don Staley really didn't make any adjustments. But when your team is that good, you know, it's kind of like a pride thing and an arrogance thing where you like, you know what? We gonna win this game anyway. I ain't gotta really make no adjustments on this
We'll
girl.
figure
All right,
a
we
way
gonna
to
figure
win.
it out. You know, we gonna let her get her 40 or 50, and we still gonna win this game. But that did not happen. Even if South Carolina like obliterated them on the boards, they just could not stop Caitlin Clark. And you know what, man? I'm looking at these women, and I don't know what y'all see, but what I see is the evolution of women's basketball. These girls are doing things that the men do. Pretty much.
But you know what?
The same moves, the step backs, all that. I mean, the women of today, these are the best women's basketball players I ever seen in my life. Period. I don't know if looking at the Lisa Leslie period and even the Maya Moore period in the 2000s and
I
all
was about to
that.
say.
I think these girls coming out of college now, they are watching so much film and watching some of the stuff that the men do and mixing it with what they do. And their fundamentals, their skills have always been there. Now they're just adding that twist and that flair to it where it just looks better. I don't know what you guys think, but I'm going to start with George because I know he's a big women's college basketball fan. What do you think about what's going on with this tournament and as far as what is going on with the basketball, as far as the evolution of basketball with women right
You know
now?
what? Number one, women are way more fundamental than men, right?
Yeah.
Because men use their athleticism for brute force.
Exactly.
So let's look at Caitlin Clark. Do you understand this girl? She scored or assisted on every point they had against South Carolina. That's super efficient. That's crazy, right?
Wow.
When they open, they hit the open shots. They make the right pass, bounce pass, chest pass. And so I'm telling you, them girls are tough. Even with LSU, Angel Reese, right? She has great footwork, man. And your feet tell your eyes what you're going to see.
Right.
Great post-up moves. And the women just more fundamentally sound. I think they got better coaching. And again, at the end of the day, men just want to use their athleticism. And at times that does work. But when you need to run a set, an offensive set, get in a play, get a point, get a couple buckets, women do it way more effectively and efficiently than men, in my opinion.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
I agree with that.
What you think about that, Meech?
George, I agree with that 100%. You got to think about it. Women are probably a little bit more hungry in that sport because they don't make millions of dollars, right?
Which is a travesty, by the way.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
So they need to get some TV deals. But I did like on the CBA now that NBA players can now invest.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that's dope. I like that. I like that.
WNBA.
Yeah.
But I would say starting in that Mara Moore era, that's when it really started to look like more men-like skill level.
Yeah.
Like they're really taking it to the next level.
Good ball handling, everything.
And-
And you know what? Like Diana Taurasi was a little bit before her time. All right, now all these girls are starting to look like Diana Taurasi as far as the ball handling, you know, and all the skills and things that she has. So you know what? I'm just loving what I see in women's basketball. Did you have anything else to say on that, Meech?
Yeah, and women, you got to think about it. Girls will do exactly what you tell them. 10 out of 10 times.
Yeah.
Guy, you know, we're going to do it differently.
Right.
It got to be flashy.
Yeah.
It got to be
Yeah.
fancy because
Yeah.
we've seen it on TV. They're going to do exactly what you coach them to do. And, and we're seeing that example now today.
And you know what? I love Caitlin Clark, but I think she loses. I like LSU. I love Angel Reese. You know what? We need players like Angel Reese in the women's game. Every woman ain't going to be that prissy, classy, you know, graceful and all that. No, you need those gritty chicks because those are out there.
Yeah.
Every woman
Yeah.
should be
Yep.
represented.
Yeah.
Not every woman is like that, you know. And you know what? KG could do it, you know, and she's like the women's KG.
Right.
She talks her stuff, and you know what? I don't think she's talking to the opponent. It's just to hype her up. Same thing that KG did. You know
But
what I'm
Mike,
saying?
It's a competitive game.
It's a
it's
competitive
competitive.
game.
I have to show my emotions when I'm
And
playing.
so she's also leading NCAA with 33 double-doubles, right?
Double-doubles, yes.
And so again, she hit somebody with their too small in a minute.
Right.
Because it's the passion of it.
It's the
I
passion.
love it.
If I'm going to dominate you, I'm going to show you that I'm dominating you. You're going to feel me for 40 minutes.
And I just hate it that the media sees that as a problem because they want to put certain portrayals on women. You know, let a woman be what she wants to be. Let her be her genuine self. I don't want you to be somebody else.
Yeah.
I don't want you to be Lisa Leslie or Rebecca Lobo or any of these other women out here. I want you to be your true self. So be Angel Reese, and that's what she's doing. She's from Baltimore.
Yeah.
She's from the hood. You know what I'm saying? That's what she wants to be. That's who she is. That's who she's representing. So let her be herself. But I love the women's college basketball tournament. I got LSU winning it all, but just because I think they have a little bit better of a team, and they got the defenders to defend Caitlin Clark. But what do y'all think is going to happen today?
You know what? I think LSU will win. I would love to see Iowa win just to shake up the monotony of what we normally see.
Yeah.
But like I say, if LSU does win, man, they deserve it. They had a great season. Heck, they only lost 2 times this year to obviously South Carolina, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And so, man, they greatly coached. They got great fundamentals, great ball movement, and everything else. So I think LSU will take it home.
All right. What you think, Meech?
I got LSU. Love Iowa. Love the way they fight. Their coaching staff. Their bigs. How they compete. Like I said, they got dominated 25-4 offensive rebounds on Friday
that's
night.
crazy.
So
And they still won.
Still found a way to win the
crazy.
game. That's
That
crazy.
is crazy.
So, but I got LSU. Kim Mochi coming out of retirement. I know she's going to do a great job. So I feel like it's a win-win. Iowa to make it to the Final Four. It's a win-win. So it's good for sports to me. So.
All right, so we all got LSU. Shout out to the women; they doing their thing. And you know what? That game is growing. You know, I heard this year that the women's tickets were more than the men's Final Four tickets, which is crazy.
Yep.
So,
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, they
No-
were more.
No
South.
blue
what's up.
buds. There's no
Yeah,
blue
they were
buds.
about 300,
Yeah.
$300 a ticket. I think the average ticket was
Wow, really?
for a women's tournament. It was big this year.
Wait a minute, just the championship game or the whole Final Four?
The whole Final,
Final
Four.
Four.
Really?
The whole Final Four. The women's
what's up.
tickets were worth more than the men's tickets.
That's
But
what's
like
up.
Meech just said, there was no blue bloods this year.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
Kentucky's, no Dukes, no big traveling teams. So,
Yeah.
And that's
you know,
good.
Of
That's
course,
good
that's
for-
good.
Agree.
You know, that you
I
see
agree.
some refreshing teams in the tournament this year as far as the men. But we want to move on to our next topic, and that's going to be our NBA updates. All right. And the first thing I wanted to start with, because it is coming down to the end of the season, is this MVP race. I think this is one of the closest MVP races that we have ever seen. And you know what? I wanted to say this too, because I was going to ask you guys this as well. This is two big men in the league. All right, Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic. And you know what? Both of them have the same record right now. I think their records, let me look it up real quick. It's 51-26. So Philadelphia is 51-26. They third in the East. Number one in the West is Denver Nuggets with a 51-26 record. So they both have the same record right now. If you see the numbers, they're not identical, but they're pretty much across the board where, Joel Embiid is leading in scoring this year in the league, averaging 33 points, but Nikola Jokic is basically averaging a triple-double. All right, so he's averaging 24, well, basically 25, 12, and 10 assists a game.
Crazy.
And shooting 63% while doing it.
Crazy.
And that's the reason why people look at Nikola Jokic like, okay, we might as well just etch his name in this trophy every year if he's going to do this.
Yeah.
But when you look at a guy like Joel Embiid, it's like, it's ridiculous what he's doing as well as a big man, and it's his game. So I want to ask you guys two things: who you think should win it this year? Should it be Joel Embiid or Nikola Jokic? And then I want to ask you a second question: do you think the big man is back in the NBA where they are taking over the league again? So I'm gonna start with George on that. All right.
Number one, I think Embiid should be the MVP. I think Jokic had a great season, and they kind of mirror his past two MVP campaigns, right? And so again, after a while, it kind of get the monotony of what he's going to do. I think that Embiid brings a lot more to the table, a lot more fire, a lot more passion.
Right.
So I like what he's doing for Philly. The answer to the second question is the big man back? No, sir, he's not. He's
so
not
you
back.
don't think the big man is back in the NBA?
No, it's not.
Or
back.
do you consider Giannis a big man? Or do you consider him a wing?
He's a wing. He's a wing.
So you don't consider him a big man, but as far as Jokic and Embiid, are they the two best players right now in the NBA this year?
At their position, being fives, like the true five, then I'm gonna say yeah. I think you can. It's a coin flip, right?
Okay.
But I think that is the big man officially back? No, because the game moves at such a fast pace, and sometimes the big man slow you down. They just super talented big men who can do more than the other big man that's out there in the league. So I don't think he's back. I don't think the big man's coming back to the NBA no time soon.
I'm gonna disagree with you, George. I think the big man is back. No. I mean, as far as the last 10 years, we haven't seen two big men that has really been doing this. I mean, you had DeMarcus Cousins that did it a couple years, but he really wasn't winning like that. I mean, with these two guys, man, I mean, first of all, they're in the MVP race. We really haven't seen big men in the MVP race in a long time. It's been wings and guards, okay? So this is the first time in a long time that we've seen two true big men that are running, the MVP race right now and running the league. So as far as that, just looking at big men being in the MVP race and a big man that's won it the last two times and a different big man is going to win it now, I think you just can't, you can't not look at it and say the big man is not back in the NBA. That's what I think. What do you think, Meech?
I'm going to go with my MVP. So I like to look at where they rank statistically. So Jokic is in roughly the top 15 in every category. Same record, but you got to think about the West is crazy.
Yeah, West is crazy.
The West is crazy this year. So I could say Jokic again, but I'm gonna go with Embiid because if he don't have this kind of year or this kind of record, what do you think happens to Doc Rivers after this year?
Ooh, that's a good question.
He probably gets fired if he don't dominate this year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for what he's doing for Philly and his coach and their organization, I'm gonna go with Embiid on that.
I like that.
And to your second part, yes, the big man is back.
Yeah, I think he's back.
But let me say this. He's not back. He has evolved into something different. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when you say big man, these are skilled big men now.
They are. They're very
He's
skilled.
not back to the basket guys. These
Correct.
guys
Right.
face up. It's a reason why Embiid field goal percentage is 54%.
That's crazy.
Because if he was traditional back to the basket, they'd probably be 75,
It'd be
60.
75.
You know what I'm saying? Somewhere
Agreed.
around that. These are jump shots, 3-pointers, all around the floor. But you can see that from Jokic. He's shooting 63% from the field. So he can score from anywhere. So it's not that they're back, they have evolved into something we haven't seen
I like
before.
that.
Yeah.
I mean, evolution.
And as time goes on, everything evolves.
Yep.
All right. And so, I mean, these big men, I like them. I like what Embiid brings. Sometimes I say these guys have too much games because they come up in a different time where it's AAU basketball and everybody wants to be guards and things like that. But if you can simplify your game, somebody like that does that is Nikola Jokic. Yep. I think he has a very simple game, but you can't stop it. He plays at his pace. If you double him, he's going to find an open man. He just plays at his pace. He's big. He's strong. He has a strong base. It's hard to take him off his spots, and that's why he's so good and he's so consistent because his game does not really require athleticism. It's all, up here in the head. He's outsmarting you when he plays. So I'm going to go with Joel Embiid as well, just because I think these guys are going to have voter fatigue. Yeah. And most of the time when somebody like a Michael Jordan when he lost to Karl Malone, or when LeBron lost, I think, to Derrick Rose that year, sometimes these voters just have voters fatigue and they want to see somebody else with the trophy. Yeah. And I think that's going to happen. I don't think Nikola Jokic is really that type of player that's worthy of winning it three times.
I don't think so neither.
He doesn't have any championships or anything like that. So I think that they will give it to Joel Embiid, he's very deserving of it.
Agreed. Because last year they wasn't really high in their division. Yeah. In the East. Mm-hmm. Now they're up there. What are they, like the second or third seed in the East now? So if he don't play this way, you take him off the floor, will it's Philly then?
And you know what? You brought up Doc Rivers. You know what? This is what I think of Doc Rivers. I don't care for him. I think Doc has been getting by off that 08 championship with the Boston Celtics. This dude has blown so many leads, so many 20-point leads, so many playoff leads he's had. Mm-hmm. You know what? I think Doc just gets by based off of everybody likes Doc. They like his voice. He sounds like a coach, And you know what? He's played in the league. He played with Atlanta. So, people love Doc. But I just feel like Doc is one of those overrated coaches to me. Well, and you know what? I mean, I don't know. He's had plenty of talent.
Is it Doc or is it the players?
I think it's Doc. It's Doc, man. I'm sorry. It's Doc, man.
I think it's Doc. And I hope they're still not living off that 08 championship. That was what? 20-some years ago? Come on, man.
Doc is.
That was way back when, man.
13, 14 years ago.
Come on, man.
Doc is living off that
it's
championship.
Crazy. You had
the Clippers times. He had Clippers.
He had some time. He had talent.
Even old Boston, he couldn't get it done. He had Paul Pierce. We going back.
No, when Kobe won, they should have beat them that year.
They should have beat them that year, right? And then he went and had all those Clippers teams and couldn't do nothing. All right,
agreed.
Lost a lot of leads. Lob City. Now he's in Philadelphia and he's doing the same thing, man. And that's why I'm like, I really don't have a lot of faith in Philly to win it all for real, because Doc Rivers is on that sideline. And I don't know what it is, man, about Doc, man. I don't know if it's his haircut or whatever it is about him, man. It drives me nuts. I just really don't care for Doc Rivers anymore. I'm just being honest about that. But we'll see what happens with this whole MVP race and what happens with what happens in the playoffs this year. But I wanted to talk about some other things in the NBA. We just heard that Ben Simmons and Damian Lillard have been sidelined for the rest of the season. And I wanted to talk about both these players. All right. The first one I want to talk about is Ben Simmons, because I have never seen a downfall this fast. Okay,
ever.
And you know what? When I think about Ben Simmons, man, I just think about this.
You big cold-blooded dummy.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about this dude, man. But it's just like, man, how are you going to mess this up, man? You are the number one pick. You are letting one series define your whole career. This series with Atlanta 2 years ago has pretty much changed the trajectory of one man's career. And I've never seen that before, where he has just had a complete mental breakdown. He doesn't know how to play basketball anymore. He doesn't want to play basketball. And it's like, man, I mean, I know mental health is real. I'm not going to ever, pick on somebody about their mental health. But at this point, man, Ben was playing basketball. All right. Philly is not an easy city to play in. They love you if you play good. They hate you if you're not playing well. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, man, I mean, Ben, I don't understand it. He's making millions of dollars, and he's about to I think Ben is going to be out the league in 2 years. Maybe next year.
Maybe
you know what? I don't think he's going to be out the league because he has a talent, But I don't know if he got the yips or what. You recall he was under the basket with little bitty Trey Young on him, and he passed it. And so I never understood why Philly didn't make that boy for a whole summer work on a jumper. You have to have a jumper to be in the NBA.
With George, they can't make him.
I mean, look, I'm putting in the contract, brother. You got to get a jumper because now on offense he's a liability.
George, who's the coach of that team too?
That's your boy,
exactly.
Doc Rivers.
Who's blaming Doc for me?
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. We talking about Doc again here.
Doc has destroyed Ben Simmons' career.
You know what? I'm not saying that. I think Ben Simmons has destroyed Ben Simmons' career. I think he has. I think he's soft.
You gotta
think he's weak.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
and like I said, mental health is real, but he's mentally weak. Like for you to let one possession take your love away from the game like that, like
so
if you're injured, okay, be injured, but you can't be on the sideline being the flashiest dresser. You smile, you still going out having a good time.
All the off the court stuff.
Wait a minute,
and you're not playing basketball.
So y'all think he has no love for the game no more?
I don't think he does.
No,
I think
I
he
don't.
likes what the game brings him.
Yeah.
I think he likes the women that it brings him.
Yeah.
I think he likes
a
the money, the cars, the Kardashians,
Yeah.
dating the Kardashians,
Yeah.
being, Ben Simmons, I'm Ben Simmons, the number one pick. I mean,
And you have to think about that, Mike. He was the number one player in high school.
yes.
Right? You've been told how good you are all your life till you go to Philly and these people are literally giving you death threats almost.
Right.
And now this is what it's coming down to.
Exactly.
Like he haven't faced any adversity in his life on the basketball court. I
At
don't
all.
know his personal life, but on the basketball court, he's never been challenged to say you're not good or you're not able to do this. And now for the first time, this is the outcome of what he's getting.
And cuz, think about this. Think about his time at LSU. He did nothing.
Nothing.
Did nothing.
I don't even remember his time at LSU.
Nothing.
No.
He did not. I don't even think they went to the tournament.
They did not.
Not even the NIT.
was-
I'm like, it was horrible.
That was 2015, right?
Yeah, that was
think
like
so. Yep.
2015.
Yep.
Yeah, because he
2015,
came in
yeah.
the league in 2016, I
Yes.
think.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, I don't know if Ben really loves the game, because if he did, he would do everything in his power to be better. Like you said, get a jump shot. All right, all right, or just work on your
Just
game.
think about
man.
it. When we walk in the gym, I'm gonna shoot a jump shot.
I'm gonna shoot a jump shot.
I'm gonna. If I airball or not,
I'm gonna let it
going
fly.
to shoot a jump
I'm gonna let it
shot.
fly.
Look at Giannis.
I'm gonna let it fly.
Giannis airball all the
Look
time.
at
He's still
Giannis.
going to shoot the ball.
Giannis
don't
was
get
the
it.
same as Ben Simmons. He could not shoot, but guess what? Giannis did not care. He was going to keep on shooting
Yep.
and keep on shooting.
Yep.
That's one thing about basketball and shooting. You just got to keep on shooting, man.
better.
You'll
You
get
can't-
better. You might not be Steph Curry, but I'm
can't
pretty
tell
sure
me.
you'll get better if you just keep on shooting.
You can't tell me this dude is going through an hour workout and he's not shooting no jump shots at all.
That's crazy.
In his workout, you cannot.
Yeah.
But he's
convince that
afraid
dude.
to.
That is crazy.
I don't get it.
He
I
don't want to
get it.
shoot free throws, man. Like free throws, they free. They free 99, bro. You don't want to shoot free
$3.99.
I
throws.
don't want
get
to shoot
it.
the ball, man. It's crazy.
So I mean, I don't understand it with that. I just don't. All right, so the next one we're gonna talk about is Dame Lillard. Okay, I love Damian Lillard, I really do. But you know what? It comes a time where you have to move on. All right, and he's done a lot for the city of Portland. I respect him for staying, but at this point, I don't think nobody's gonna get mad if Dame leaves and finds another team where he has a really good shot of winning a championship, because I think he's too good of a player. He's too good of a man to not, find, success somewhere else and really have a chance to win a ring. At this point, I think Dame is being a little stubborn, because nothing is going to change in Portland. First of all, nobody wants to go to Portland. You're only going to go to Portland if you get traded to Portland.
Yep.
Nobody's going to say, hey, none of these big time players are going to say, hey, I want to go to Portland to play with Dame Lillard. None of the top 10, the top 15 players are doing it. So at this point, I respect Dame for what he has done staying at Portland, but I think he's wasting away his prime years in his career. And I wanted to talk to you guys about that, because what do you feel? I know he's saying that loyalty is over everything, and we understand. You've been loyal. I think he's been in the league now 11 years. I think he came in the league in 2012,
Something like that.
2011. And at this point, man, you've been in the league 12 years, man. It's time for you to move on and find, happiness and find, success somewhere else. What do you think, Cuz?
Number one, you got to understand cats from Oakland is different, right?
They are.
Oakland is a whole different place. And so even with Marshawn Lynch, they say loyal to the soil, right? And so he's a loyal dude, and he loves Portland, right?
Right.
And so again, he wants to give Portland all that he has, and he has done that. If Portland loved Lillard like as much Lillard loved Portland, they will actually trade him away.
Yeah.
I think they should do that to him just for how faithful he's been to them. I tell you what, we want to see you win so bad, and I know you're not going to do it here. We'll send you where you want to go.
Yep.
Like wherever he say he want to go, they should do the best thing they can to send him where he wants to go, because he's brought eyes to the organization. He's probably going to go down in Portland Trailblazer history as the greatest Trailblazer ever, right? And so I think at this point, ship him off, do what you need to do, let him get a ring so he can be a champion, because he really is a champion.
Right.
He just on a bad team.
He is.
Yep.
He is. What do you think, Meech?
I think he's been compensated for his loyalty, but you got to remember this is a business. So, but for the fans' sake, I think we deserve to see him with a better group.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, I love you not team hopping and you're not getting traded everywhere. You requesting trades. I love it. But now it's time, dude. You getting injured more and more because you're in your prime, and so these injuries are just going to keep adding up because you have so much on your shoulders to do because you're in Portland, and so getting Chauncey Billups to be his coach, re-signing Anthony Simmons or Simmons, whatever his name is. What's the other guy? Jeremy Grant. I think they tried to make their run this year. I think at the end of this year, it's time, like you said, the organization should be like, thank you. Like we'll probably build you a statue. Thank you for your loyalty. You know what I'm saying?
They should.
But it's time. I want better for you.
Yeah.
We can't give that. We can't give that to you because it's time for that organization to blow it up and restart. So they need to give him his wishes and thank you, and we want to see you somewhere else.
Yeah.
And that's what I would tell Dame. Dame, there's nothing else for you to prove here. We know what you are. We know what you stand for. We know where you from, and you solid on your beliefs that you ain't one of these dudes that's gonna leave when it get hard and all that. But at this point, we all know where it's going. I don't know if you know, but everybody on the outside knows that you ain't winning nothing in Portland.
Yeah,
that's it. I mean, everybody can see that, and it's the times that you're in right now. The Western Conference is tough. Okay. Yeah. All these teams coming out the Western Conference are better than Portland, okay? Memphis is better than you, okay? Phoenix, they making moves. They're better than you.
Sacramento.
The Clippers are better than you. Yep. Sacramento.
Jumped all the way
they
to
have
third.
now jumped up into that upper echelon.
That's crazy.
They're better than you. The Lakers are better than you. The Nuggets are better than you. At this point, man, you have to realize that, hey, man, I am on the outside looking in, okay? Yeah. I'm on the outside looking in, and it's going to keep on being like this. Yeah. So what do I want to do? Do you want to go to Philly and play with Joel Embiid? I like him in Denver. If they can make a deal with that one, I think that if Denver really wants to win, they're going to have to really get rid of Jamal Murray and them and get a solidified guy. I mean, that's how I feel. I don't know how you guys feel, but I can see him in a couple different situations and, and moving on. But we'll see what happens with it. But at this point, like I said, I'm just like, dang. It's time, man.
Yeah.
It's time. CJ McCollum's gone.
Yeah.
LaMarcus Aldridge just retired.
Yeah.
All these people that you played with, man.
These guys
they're gone, man. The whole team that you had, these two different eras of your team, all these guys have gone. All right. So it's like at this time, I mean, it's time to go.
And you know what? I think what we deserve is for Lillard to be on a great team, make a deep playoff run, and have a magical playoff performance that just like wow,
he's already that type of player.
We need that from him.
We want him in the finals.
We need that from him.
We want to see Dame time in the finals.
In the Western Conference, not getting swept in the Western Conference finals. Like the two times you won, you got swept.
Or the NBA finals.
Yeah, I want to see you in the finals.
I want the NBA finals. I want Dame time in the finals.
I want to see him there.
Yeah.
He needs that
because we know what you're going to get out of Dame.
Right,
if you put him in any situation, you know what you're getting out of him.
Exactly, you already know what you're going to get. A player like that loves the stage, that loves crunch time. Yeah. He needs to be on the biggest stage in basketball, and that's the NBA Finals. Yeah, but he doesn't have the team for it, so he has to get traded so we can see him on that in the bright lights.
Like
that's what I think.
We deserve that as fans. We deserve
everybody deserves it, and he deserves it. So I mean, it's a win-win if you ask me. He just has to make that decision on his own to realize that he's not going to win anything in Portland, and that's it. All right, so we're going to move on to the next topic. And this is a question for Meech because he is a Cowboy fan. And you know what? I'm glad because he is the first Cowboy fan on my show.
America's team.
The first of many. I got a list of you clowns, you know.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
If you ain't got time for it, hey, I'm telling you now,
America's
bro. I got a
team.
list of all you clowns. And you know what? I got time for you, though. I got time. So come on the show. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready for you clowns. I'm ready. All right.
Cowboys Nation, I'm going to hold it down.
Let me do that one more time for you. Put on your red nose, okay? Put on your red nose, clowns. Put on your red nose. Okay, so this is my question I have for you
sir.
because you are the Cowboy fan on here. Do you think you can win a championship with Dak Prescott?
Yeah.
Why is that?
It has to be the perfect situation. It cannot be last year, right? Now, we seen the Cowboys with a really good offense and some really bad defense. Fair?
Yeah.
Now we seeing a Dallas team with a really pretty middle of the pack defense now with a high power offense, right? Fair?
I'm listening.
That's fair, right?
I'm listening.
Now we beat the Rams this year.
Okay. Yeah,
Without
we
Dak
not
Prescott.
throwing that in
my
it.
bad.
Okay.
I thought we was,
You want to keep?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep going.
Keep
But
answering your
to
question.
me, Dak is not the type of guy. He's already proven that within those 7 years, he cannot carry you to a championship game. It has to be a perfect situation. He gotta have a true number one. Gotta have a favorable tight end. Gotta have a decent running game. Gotta have weapons. If he do not have weapons, then no, we cannot win a championship. But with Michael Parsons, DeMarcus Lawrence, J. Warren Curse, Van Der Esch, guys like that, Tony Pollard, CeeDee Lamb, yeah, we can win the championship.
You know what, Meech? You know, the only place that Dak is carrying you to, okay, is to Walmart to go buy them hefty bags, okay, to go fill up in the store when your season's over.
I said
after your first round exit, okay, you ain't doing nothing with no Dak Prescott, and this is my problem, cause I'll talk to you because you're not a Cowboy fan, but these fools, you have had everybody. You've had the Amari Cooper. You had CeeDee Lamb as your number 3. You had Michael Gallup. He had 3 great wide receivers. All right. Who was your tight end at the time? Was it Dalton Schultz? Schultz wasn't a bad tight end. All right. He's a mid-level tight end.
Yeah.
What did Dak do with it? Dak didn't do nothing with them.
Oh, he choked. He choked.
That's what I'm saying.
2 years ago, he choked.
He's had the upper echelon wide receivers, and he still has not got it done. Here's my problem. Everybody knows I hate the Cowboys. I am the president of the Cowboy Haters Club. I gladly, I'm the poster boy. I love it. All right. I really love to hate them. I really do. But I'm going to be real about it. All right. I feel like Dak is holding that team back. All right. Because I do think the Cowboys have some great talent, especially on the defensive side. Michael Parsons is the truth. He's a dog. All right. Diggs ain't bad either. He's a solid corner. And then you add on
Gilmore.
Stephon Gilmore. Your defense is getting solid. You got one of the best DCs in the game. Yeah. At the end of the day, like I said, Pollard ain't bad either. Yeah. I do not like Dak. I think Dak has shown you what he is, and he can only take you so far.
And that's why I say it has to be perfect. I don't like
Dak. It can't be perfect.
I don't like Dak either. But it has to be perfect, right?
It's
but
not.
But now here's the situation, though. When is it ever perfect for a quarterback?
It's not going to be perfect.
It's not.
You got to make the throw.
Well, no, it's been some pretty solid groups. You got to think about what Tom Brady, the weapons he had. You had Gronk. You cannot guard Gronk. Edelman, Amendola. That's a pretty solid group for your quarterback. Fair?
Meech. I agree. But now with Gronk, they drafted him. Right.
Yeah.
Edelman, they drafted. And so, again, maybe this is a bad organization. Number one, maybe Jerry Jones shouldn't be the owner and the GM and the president.
We are every Cowboy fans will agree with that.
Jerry needs to
no
go
debate
on.
about that.
He needs to go on the greener pastures. I always talk about that. He needs to go get on that $1 billion yacht or something and sail to Timbuktu, bro, because it's over with, bro. Just enjoy your money, man.
But Michael, I agree with you. Dak is holding his team back. But what other options can you go
So
to?
now, Meech, let me ask you this.
Where can you go?
Who do you replace him with? Who do you replace him with?
Now? Like this year?
Yeah, with that.
The only guy you can replace him with is Aaron Rodgers. Because you didn't want Jimmy G. I know I didn't. I did not want Derek Carr. The only guy I would take is who?
Makes sense.
It's
Aaron Rodgers. That's it. But we're not getting him. We know that.
It's not gonna happen, man. This dude lost to Mr. Irrelevant, man. He lost to Brock Purdy, man. I mean, and it was his fault. It was his fault.
Yeah.
He threw 2 picks.
He threw 2 picks.
Two picks. Yep.
I mean, I don't know what else anybody can say. I'm like, man, okay, I hate the Cowboys. I know that. But everybody keeps talking about this Dak Prescott stuff. So I want to ask the Cowboy fans, what do you really think of Dak Prescott? Because a lot of these guys in my job, they already say, oh, he's getting $250 million guaranteed next time. And it's like, I don't get what you guys are looking at when it comes to the Cowboys.
I think the organization is getting to the point where they weeding all these scapegoats out. Your head coach Jason Garrett is gone, right? Dez Bryant is gone. Jason Witten is gone, right?
Right.
Zeke is gone. Kellen Moore is gone. Everybody's gone. You're the only person that's left from that era.
Right.
And so now it's getting to the point, if you cannot win with the group I'm putting out there this year, and that's NFC Championship or better, then it's you.
You know what? I think it got to be Super Bowl for them.
Oh, yeah. For McCarthy, it has to be at least. It has to be at least NFC Championship. But how tough is the NFC this year?
I mean, it's very even if you ask me. Anybody can win it, but you're not winning it with Mr. Massage over there, Mike McCarthy. That's definitely not going to happen. Mr. Massage. He was getting massages while they were practicing in Green Bay. That's what Aaron Rodgers said. He was in there getting Swedish massages.
We believe Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, I believe him. I believe it. He looks like he likes deep tissue massages and sipping pina coladas while his players out there shedding blood on the field.
He won the Super Bowl, man.
Man, he didn't win nothing. That was Aaron Rodgers. I don't like Mike McCarthy either. I think he's nothing. He's just a figurehead.
Yeah,
he just wants to drink beer and nachos with Jerry Jones. That's why Jerry Jones hired him. No, McCarthy ain't did nothing. And then he ran Kellen Moore off and watch. Kellen Moore gonna have a good year out there.
It's good. No, it's good for Kellen Moore to go get Justin Herbert.
He got Justin Herbert. He got a real
yourself.
dog.
But he was never gonna last here. McCarthy was brought here to call plays.
And you know what? McCarthy
and Jerry made him keep Kellen Moore until he didn't have to keep him. Yeah. Because if it's your last year on the contract, are you gonna go out on your own, or are you gonna let somebody else call plays for you?
I'm going out on my own.
You hear me?
But you know what, Meech? Yeah, I think that I really don't want to win, though. I really don't. Because you know
believe
what?
That?
Sean Payton was out there. He was out there, and y'all could have gave up the first round picks to get him. You needed a coach like that.
Mike,
you
I'm
need
not
a Sean
giving
Payton.
up
You
no
need a
first
leader.
round pick.
You don't need Mr. Deep Tissue leading your team, bro.
Mike,
That's all I'm saying.
Mike, our next head coach is already on the team.
Who was your next head coach? Dan
Quinn.
Dan Quinn didn't do nothing in Atlanta.
He just said he was one of the
He's
best.
a better DC than head coach, man. I said DC. I said DC, not HC. DC, not HC. Because we see
you don't think he learned?
Didn't he lose 28-3?
Who did he lose to?
It don't matter.
Who did he lose to? No.
He could have.
Who did he lose to?
It don't matter, man.
What?
You don't lose. You don't go down 28-3.
on the
Jesus
other
Christ, I'm
sideline?
winning that game. Jesus Christ could be the quarterback.
Who's on the other sideline? Give me their resume.
That's Tom Brady over
It's
there.
Tom Brady,
Who
but
else?
you can't lose
Bill
on
Belichick.
28.
But you up 28-3.
You up 28-3, man. I'm sorry.
With 3 minutes
Football.
left,
What was he doing?
It happens.
And they want to blame it on Kyle Shanahan.
All
Kyle
right.
Shanahan wasn't the head coach,
Who called the plays?
bro. You were first of all. How do you let a team get 25 points on you? Ain't that their defense?
Who calls the plays?
I'm just saying. Me.
Who plays?
Like I said,
Who plays?
he's your
You
DC.
still got to go out and execute.
Keep him at DC. Okay.
Nah, he
As
did.
a head coach, I don't know what he's
I
going to do
want
again.
McCarthy to win.
Okay.
That's good for my Cowboys to win.
Okay.
Right? You think I want it? I get tired of us losing every year.
It's not going to happen.
Oh, we're going to win.
Okay.
Yeah, wait a minute. Y'all winning this year?
You winning what, Meech? Come on.
We're going to the NFC Championship this year.
Okay.
We
All right.
We can't make it there. If we don't make it there, then
I don't think so.
Who gonna beat us?
I mean,
talk about the
anybody
NFC.
can make it there. Anybody can make it there if you buy a ticket.
Who's in the NFC? Let's think.
I'm just saying, yeah, you'll be there, but
Eagles.
you won't be on the field. You'll be in the stands if
49ers,
you was to
Cowboys, and who?
go. Rams.
Oh, Lord.
Oh God.
All right, so
Oh God.
all right, we gonna get to this a little later on because I got a feeling I know where this is going. Okay, I got a feeling I know where this is going a little bit later on. I don't know about you, cuz, but I got a feeling I know where this is going. But you know what? I got to get to this segment. We are going to get to that slap of the week. Yeah, I got my slap back. All right. I mean, I had to get that old thing back. So, yeah, I had to get that one back because it just felt right. So, this week, on Slap of the Week. You know, I've been watching some shows, man. You know, I got a little downtime sometimes. And, you know, I was on there watching, you know, sometimes I watch a dating show or whatever like that. And it's a show on Netflix called Love is Blind. All right. Which I think is crazy. Because in this show, you know, I'm very eclectic. I like to watch a lot of different shows and things like that. But in this show, they pretty much are trying to prove, it's like a social experiment where they're trying to prove that is love actually blind. So pretty much, you know, it's 15 guys, 15 girls. They go in here and they talk to each other, but they cannot see each other. They can only hear their voices. So you're pretty much trying to make a connection without seeing the other person. And that's cool and all because, you know, I don't think love is blind because when you see them, you like, oh, this person's ugly. You know, a lot of them still do that. And you know what? That's human nature. All right, you know, you want something fine. You know, you just don't. You got to look at them every day and talk to them. I got to look at you in the face every day. So I don't know if love is blind, but some people say love is blind. But my thing is, I don't know what it is about all these dating shows. But why can't we get a real dating show? Okay, everybody ain't gonna look like a model. Everybody ain't gonna graduate and have this nice job. I want to put out a dating show where the person is 300 pounds, okay, or 350 pounds. Somebody look like me, all right, a bigger person, okay. I deserve love too, all right. What about the person that didn't go to school? He's a trash man, all right. He works an honest living. Or, I mean, anything. They don't have teachers on there. You got to have this sales job or I'm a lawyer or I'm a this. And it's like, you know what? I know Nick Lachey and Vanessa Lachey made this job, this show. But you know what? I am really upset with you guys, okay? This is not real life. That is not real love, okay? All these people that you put on here that look like models and they got a certain body type. Man, let's put some bigger people on there. Put the big girls on there. All right, put the big men on there. Put a 5'4" guy on there. Okay, everybody is not gonna be 6'1" or 6 foot. Right. Put a shorter guy on there that didn't go to school that still got a good job. I do not like these new dating shows. It goes back to like The Bachelor, where they looking for these certain type of people, and I don't understand that because you know what? Love can be found in anybody. All right, love is not based off of where you went to school at, or do you have a degree. Or you are 6 foot with perfect teeth, all right? Or you dress nice or whatever like that. Let's find a real show out there where they put real people on the show. And let's see if they can find love, okay? So when they unveil you looking at a guy and he's 5'4". Or you looking at a guy and he's 6'2" and he's 345 pounds. But you said love was blind. Yeah. So you should be happy with that, right? Love is blind no matter what you look like because you can't see the person. All you seen was the love because the love was blind. So you know what? I'm mad at Nick and Vanessa Lachey because these shows are so cookie cutter and so what is the word I'm looking for? It's so like vain. Yeah. It's vain. It's like everything is so what I look like. Okay, and the show is called Love is Blind, but all these people look like supermodels. All right. Look like they just drink wine and eat steak every night.
Asparagus.
Asparagus. Yeah, that's it. With garlic mash. All right, that's what they look like. And I don't like
ribeyes.
Ribeyes. I eat ribeyes every night, and I like to cut my steak up real nice in squares. You know, and then we go and hop on the couch and watch a nice rom-com before we go to sleep. It's that type, and that's not real life. Okay, where's the laundry? Who's doing the laundry? Who's washing the dishes? Okay. That's real life. That's not the fake stuff. Where's the person that's tired from coming home and work? And I'm going to cuss you out. Okay? Yeah. Because I'm tired. All right? It's not that. It's like, hey, sweetheart, how was your day? And, you know, did you have a good day? And all this cookie cut. Yeah. I want the real, man. Yeah. Put the real one. I'm going to put my own show out there because I want them to see the real. I might start with me because they going to love my show because me and Kania got a real love. We hate each other some days. We hate each other, but we love each other. Okay, it's a love-hate relationship we got here. All right, but that's real love. That's the real love I want to see out here, man. So I'm tired of these shows. That's why Nick and Vanessa Lachey, you are getting a slap. And another one. Because that's not real love. All right, and love ain't blind. All right, and I had to get on my spiel about that. Do y'all watch them type of shows, man?
I do not. So I don't know. They can do what they do. Good luck. Yeah. I don't know.
Morgan watches. What's the other one where you marry somebody that you've never seen?
But now, why would you do any of that?
You're talking about love, married at first sight.
Married at first sight.
Oh my god,
that is trash. So crazy to me. You
But you know
literally
what?
put in your qualification of what you see in a person. You have all your family come, get dressed up for a wedding and everything, and you marry a person. Now you have to live with them for 8 weeks to see if you want to stay married or not.
It's still crazy, but I think that one is better than this one because they actually have experts that see what you like and who you are as a person, your belief system and all that, and they bring two people together. On this Love is Blind show, you pretty much just talking to somebody and trying to figure them out. And you know what? Everybody
What happens at the end?
So at the end, they can either propose, the man proposes to him, and if they propose and the girl say yes, they both reveal themselves. And then they go on a honeymoon. They go on a honeymoon where they first met each other. So they do the honeymoon period. All the couples that have married each other go on a honeymoon together.
Is this an actual?
This is a real show.
It's on
No,
Netflix.
no, no, is it an actual wedding and you signed the?
I'm telling you.
Talking about love-
Yes.
which one?
This
Love
is-
It-
Love is Blind. Some of the couples are still together and have children and all that.
Do they show
from that show?
From the show.
They
Yes.
show the wedding on that show?
They show the wedding too. They show everything. They show the whole process. It's like a 2-month process that they go through. So they go and marry, and then they, first they go and do the honeymoon first, and then they go live with each other for like 2 months. That's where stuff really be messed up at. Because now they back in their real world, and they go to jobs, they go work, they go eat together, they meet each other's families, they meet each other's friends, they meet everybody, and then at the end of it, they have a wedding to where they say yes or no. And if they say yes, they're married.
They say no at
If
the
they
wedding?
say no, it's over with. Yes,
wait,
plenty of them say
At
no.
the wedding?
So
Plenty of them
they
say
at
no.
the wedding
With all their
and
family
they
members.
ask, "Do you?" And they
Yes,
say
they
yes
ask,
or no.
They ask and say
Oh, wow.
yes or no. And some of them have been ready to fight. The families be ready to fight. It'd be crazy stuff that happened on that no period. I think they're in like season 4. But it's crazy to me because as time goes on, more and more they're showing that love really ain't blind. Because when the real world factors come into it, when you out them pods and stop talking to them, the real world factors start to come in. And it's like, I don't like how this man looks. I don't like how he cleans.
Like,
This is who I've been talking to. So love really ain't blind, if you ask me, if you watch the show. But check it out. It ain't a bad show. It's just the fact that they always put these supermodel, like perfect looking people or perfect people on her that got their lives together. And that ain't real love.
That's interesting.
That ain't real life. So to get to the last topic that we're going to talk about today, we have to ask Meech this. And this could be for me or George, okay? This could be for me or George. I keep saying it.
Okay.
All right. Do you have any beef with us? Meech?
Yep. I have beef with Mike.
All right, come on. Give me your detailed beef.
Mike, I don't quite understand why you hate America's team, God's team. You a worshiper, right?
Yes.
You sing for the Lord, right?
Oh, yes. I'm a true worshiper.
So if God created this team for you, why must you hate it so much?
God, first of all, God, don't put God and the Cowboys in anything, okay? Those two are so far away from each other, you know what I'm saying? I don't, that's like light and darkness, okay? Totally far away from each other, okay, on the spectrum. First of all, Meech, here's the thing. I don't like the Cowboys because of you guys' arrogance. Even you have not even seen the golden years of the Cowboys. You are like, what year were you born? 96?
No,
What year?
95.
You was born in 95, which means you was 1 year old when they won their championship.
I was there.
You have not seen the greatness of the
I was
Cowboys,
there.
and you are riding on the laurels of Emmitt Smith and them. You have not done anything in 30 years. You 27, 28 years old, and you ain't done nothing. They ain't done nothing in your lifetime. Why do you keep giving your all to a team that has done nothing but disappoint you year after year after year after year? I don't understand it. And it's you guys, it's the fans. It's you fans out here that think every year, what do you say? It's almost automatic. We're going to the Super Bowl.
It could be
or we're
worse.
going to the NFC Championship every single year.
It could
I don't
be
like
worse.
it because of your arrogance. I don't. I think you're arrogant fans. I think you're pompous. I think you're conceited. I think you know everything. And I think it's because you guys have more money than everybody else. We are the biggest and the most best franchise. And Jerry pumps you guys up too. Jerry pumps you up. He loves to pump all his fans up. And he feeds you little things every year to get y'all excited about the season. Oh, yeah, we got Stephon Gilmore. And we got Brandon Cooks. And these dudes ain't going to do nothing.
What?
Y'all going to lose again.
What?
You're going to lose again. You're gonna lose
Gilmore and Diggs.
You're going to lose again.
With Micah Parsons and
You're
DeMarcus
going
Lawrence?
to lose again. All right, and you still got who you got in that conference. You still got Philly in that conference, right?
We beat the Rams.
You still got. First of all, we don't even want to talk about that. At the end of the day, this is my problem. This is my problem. You are. I'm a champion. I am a champion, so I'm gonna slap you, okay, sir? Don't come at me because I have won it. I have won it all. I have seen and tasted the goodness of a championship. You have not.
How many y'all got?
It doesn't matter how many we got. How many have we got in your lifetime?
One.
We got 2 in your lifetime.
You don't even remember the
How
first
many
one.
does the Cowboys have in your
You
lifetime?
barely remember the first
one,
one.
sir.
Oh, we got 1.
2 is greater than 1. Am I right, cuz?
I want you to know
it's
that
2 greater than 1.
is greater
I
than
don't
one.
want him talking about when they played at the old Cowboys stadium in Irvine. You didn't see that, okay? You didn't see Roger Staubach, okay? You didn't see Tom Landry on the sidelines. You didn't see
Super
Emmitt
Bowl
Smith running down the
6.
sidelines. You didn't see Deion Sanders.
The
You didn't
day-
see the greatest. You
Oh,
didn't see
the day.
88. You didn't see Michael Irvin. You didn't see none of them. So I'm tired of it, man.
the day.
You talk about Chad Hutchinson. That's who you need to talk about.
Oh.
Talk about Tony Romo. Talk about them type of guys, man.
the day. George.
Talk about Dez Bryant and all them
we
clowns that
win
didn't win
Super Bowl
nothing.
number 6.
It's not happening, Meech. And you know
Mike will
what?
probably move to Russia or somewhere.
This is my thing.
He will literally leave
Here's
to the
the thing,
United
man.
States when we win number 6. He know
he
it's
goes.
coming soon.
Here he goes.
He know it's
No,
coming soon.
It's never gonna happen.
He
If that
know
ever
it.
happens, I'm taking off work for 2 weeks, literally, and I'm dead serious. Y'all think I'm
Hey,
playing?
don't use all the PTO,
Mike,
man.
Cuz
Don't,
I'm not playing.
don't
I'm
use all the
Mike, tell
PTO.
us.
I am
Don't
dead.
use
Mike,
all the PTO,
Cuz
man.
I'm serious as a heart attack.
Tell
I'm leaving
your
the
fans.
city for a week, and I'm taking 2 weeks off PTO. Real talk.
Tell your
No,
fans.
I really am.
Tell your
You will not
fans.
see
Don't
me.
do it, Mike. Don't do it.
No,
man.
you.
Hey, you just
tell
gotta
your
eat it.
fans.
If they do win, you just
He
gotta
know,
eat that,
he
bro.
know we're going
And
to
you
win
know
one
what?
eventually. He
It's
knows
his
it.
mama. His mama is worse than him. She wants to come in there and talk smack to me as soon as on Thanksgiving. Hey, how about your team, Mike? You see the Cowboys, all that? His mama running her mouth. All right, and that's where he gets it from. The apple don't far too far from the truth with this one, man. I'm telling you, his mama worse than him. It's sad, man.
America's
I don't-
team.
Man,
Mike, tell your audience what it was like going back to work when the Cowboys beat the Rams this year.
what it was like.
Yeah.
It was another work day for me. It don't mean nothing. We ain't gonna remember that in 5 years. I guarantee you what you are gonna remember. Who won it last year? You gonna remember that because
So,
champions last
just
forever, sir.
know.
I keep telling you that. Ain't nobody gonna remember this game. Ain't
When
nobody
we-
gonna remember that. But I tell you this, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna vlog the whole game. We play you this year. And I hope you're there. You
I'll
are
be there.
invited. You
I'll
are
be
invited
there.
to a massacre, sir.
We'll sit next to
you
you.
are. He's invited to a massacre in
With-
his stadium.
with Matthew
It's gonna
Stafford?
happen. Yes, sir. Who you got? Dak Prescott? It ain't no better. At least I got a Super Bowl winning quarterback on my side. All right, and God is on my side. That's what you keep forgetting. God is on my side.
But this is God's team.
This ain't God's
This is America's team.
God can't be
Everywhere you go, you see what?
God is a winner.
George,
That's the first thing.
Everywhere
God-
you go, what merchandise do you see?
I see a
What
lot
did
of
it
Cowboys
always
stuff.
say? The devil is always defeated. And the Cowboys been defeated for 28 years.
Hey,
so
just
who
know,
you think is on the Cowboys
When
side?
we win Super Bowl number 6,
When is that going to happen?
When it's soon. It's coming soon. We
It
don't
ain't
know
coming
when.
soon. It
But you
ain't-
know we're gonna win one.
It ain't
Mike,
coming soon.
You know we're gonna win another
Okay,
Super Bowl, right?
okay, Beach,
You know
we
this.
we go see. Beach, you don't have no beef with George.
Uh-uh.
You really don't.
Because George is logical when it comes to my Cowboys.
I'm talking about something else. I thought you was gonna.
Beef I got with George.
I thought you
I
was
feel
gonna come
like I
out with
do.
some beef with George on
I feel
this.
like I do got beef
Because
with George.
you know he gets on our nerves
Lord.
about something he likes to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have no beef with George Beach.
Fight on.
Seriously.
Fight
George,
on.
please.
Mike, I'm glad you brought that up.
Oh my God. George is the worst.
He is the absolute worst.
Oh my God.
Besides Marcus, he's the
He over
absolute
here-
worst.
He over here being quiet.
Let
and
me
you,
sit up for this one.
And you know how
It's
George
another
is.
one
You know we
gotta
can't
jump
stand George.
You're
when it comes
right,
to
Mike.
It's another
This is
one
where
gotta
we
jump and
agree.
shoot.
This is where we agree.
George is the absolute
Let's
worst.
go.
He
Let's
is
go.
annoying. He gets on
Annoying.
everybody's nerves.
Oh,
about
we're
this-
gonna go undefeated.
Right,
Write it
this
down.
USA,
Book it.
And you lost to
Book
Tulane,
it.
and now he ain't saying nothing. He did all that talking at church every week just to lose
Hey,
Tulane.
Mike, I gotta tell the story. Me and George have never like yelled at each other
Right.
or got mad at
George
each other.
got mad.
But the
George got mad at
Sunday
us.
Oh, wow.
After they lost,
USC lost to Tulane,
George got mad
I
for
did
real.
not recognize who George
Oh,
was.
so we on the show line now, right? We on the show line. Really?
George got mad for real.
Oh,
George got mad at us for real.
stop it.
George, you got mad at us.
George,
that
you was
we-
mad
my
at me.
goodness.
You were mad.
great.
We was
George.
talking about you. We was talking about you bad.
it.
We was talking about USC. You defended USC, but it don't matter. You're not winning nothing, George. So I don't care what you say. Your defense is trash. Okay.
Trash.
You lost to Tulane.
Alex Grinch was trash.
So
In
number
the cricket
one,
bowl.
number one, y'all talking about what have you done for me lately, right? So
Okay.
y'all forgot that I coached his first year at SC, right?
Oh my God.
Was it the first year? Yes
George,
or no?
was
Wait a
you-
minute.
It was.
Was it the first year? Yes
It
or no?
was.
Sure.
Wait a minute. Y'all acting like he been there for 7 years. So keep that same exact
I'm gonna
energy.
keep the same energy because ain't nothing gonna
Bruh,
change.
I'm gonna tell y'all like I told y'all last year.
Okay.
Mark it down. We going undefeated.
Oh,
Come
my
see
God.
me. Mark
Okay,
it. I'm
George.
gonna hold it down. Fight on forever.
This is what we talking about.
See,
This,
come on, man.
It's the
So
arrogance.
you talk about me as a Cowboys
Come on, man.
This
Really? Who
George.
finna stop us?
George, do you not know
Huh?
Georgia is out there? Do you not know that LSU, Alabama, Ohio State,
So
Notre Dame,
keep all that in there.
your rival?
y'all can't beat Utah.
Dog, please.
You can't beat Tulane.
Now, our quarterback was hurt when we lost to Utah.
Not the first game.
George,
I'm talking about the first time.
George.
First time we lost in Utah, right?
Okay.
It was some bad officiating. So hear me well. Y'all acting like we ain't finna be this thing that we once were. Quit playing with me, man. Quit playing with me.
George,
Y'all-
George,
if y'all thought I
the
was mad
tight
this
end-
Sunday, I'm about to get mad now.
George,
Y'all better quit
The
playing with
tight
me,
end
man.
y'all
What-
played
what-
against
Okay.
was playing
Okay.
the tight end for Utah. This
He
is
killed
his,
y'all.
So
this
wait a
is
minute.
his 5th year playing football ever.
Hey, keep that same energy.
George.
Keep that exact
George.
same energy.
I don't care what you say. The Buffs are coming. Dion is coming
Ain't
for
nobody
you.
worried about
All
no
of us-
Deion Sanders.
The Pac-12,
What'd he
man.
say? I'm coming.
He's coming.
Deion
He
can talk
coming
all
for
that
real.
stuff.
And
he
you know
coming.
what, George? You're
All
not
he doing
winning
is
nothing.
psyching y'all up.
You're
Are
not
y'all
beating
moving to the Big
Georgia.
Ten?
You're not beating any of those teams.
No matter where we at, you
Y'all
don't want to
moving-
see us.
y'all moving to the
no
Big
matter
Ten?
where we moving to the Big
Oh,
Ten.
good. Oh, y'all don't. Oh, no.
Man, please.
No.
Come on,
George.
man. What are you talking
George.
about?
George, unless
Y'all
you,
not gonna beat our.
I'm about to say, George, who y'all got coming to USC? Warren Sapp and Sean Taylor?
Hey.
Because them the type
Hey.
of dudes, Joy Porter,
Hey.
you need them type of dudes because your
You
defense is
talking
absolute
about-
trash.
You talking about
What are you
Sonny-
going to win?
You
What
talking
are you
about
going to win with that
Sonny-
defense?
Sunny California going to go play an hour
you
where
going
it's
to play in
5
the cold.
degrees.
So
What? It's a setup for disaster,
Folks,
George. I'm being
folks,
honest.
folks.
It's a setup for disaster for y'all.
folks, I want to apologize to y'all because y'all listen to two absolute people who know nothing about football.
Oh my
What?
God!
At
Now
the
we
end
don't
of
know.
the-
What?
He's
Y'all
a
know
football
nothing
coach.
about
And you don't know
football.
nothing about football.
Y'all
You
know nothing about
Oh
football.
my God, George!
Y'all
This
know
is what we
nothing
talking
about
about, George.
football.
Here you go.
George.
Get
The
back.
blasphemy on
George,
this
get back.
podcast. I told y'all, man. Now you waking the burr. Chill
Oh my
out,
God.
man.
Okay.
Chill out.
Here you
Chill
go.
out.
He get
Chill
back.
out,
George,
man.
I coach
You acting
football.
like we can't go to the Midwest and stomp anybody out. What are you
George.
talking about?
Okay. You go to Ohio
Y'all
State and
could.
stump them out.
Yeah, you going to the big house and stump out Michigan
That's what I'm saying. You go over there and just stump them out.
in
That's
the
what you
cold.
thinking.
When it's cold, y'all don't play.
You
in
ain't
the
got
cold.
Reggie Bush on your team no more, George. You ain't got Lindell White on your team, and Pete Carroll ain't on them sidelines. I don't care who you think Lincoln Riley is. Lincoln Riley one of the most overrated coaches
Yeah.
too, because all he do is get Heisman winners. He don't win nothing.
He gonna score.
He don't win no
he gonna score
championships. What he do at
35, 40
Oklahoma?
points.
He was at one of the biggest
Yep.
college programs
Yep.
in the country.
I'm
at
an
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma fan.
And didn't do
He
nothing
gonna
with him.
score all them points.
Score all the points and,
and
then
you
lose.
can't and still give up 50.
He gonna score all the points and lose. And then you
Give
gonna have a
up 50.
Heisman quarterback.
Fight
He gonna go number one.
for
But what does that do for
Him-
USC?
Fight on.
Him and his
to
index card with
victory.
his 10 plays, they gonna give up 50 points still and lose.
Thank you, Meech. Thank you.
I
I appreciate you. I thank you because George needs to hear this, and you know what? Your mini me need to hear it too. Marcus Johnson go get his.
Oh,
too.
Marcus.
he gonna get a
Hold
piece.
it down.
He gonna get a
Fight
piece of
on
my
for
mind
forever.
too because he's more. He
Come on,
worse than
man.
you. Both of y'all
I cannot
horrible.
wait.
But y'all SC
Boy,
cats
I
are
cannot
out of
wait.
control right now.
when y'all
cannot
going to the
wait.
Big Ten?
Right.
We leave for the Big Ten 2024 season.
Okay.
So just so y'all know, also
Better
we
cherish
open,
every day in the Pac-12.
Also, we open up the 2024 season against LSU in Las Vegas. I want y'all to know something.
LSU.
Y'all finna see something y'all ain't never seen before.
We are. We gonna see a
Y'all
lot of
get
losing.
beat up. Get beat up.
Okay.
Yeah, we gonna see.
Okay.
That's what we gonna see.
Now, this comes from an Oklahoma fan who coach left them that came to us. Mike, who's your college football team?
I don't
anyway?
have a college
So,
football
I
team.
don't even know what you
Hey,
talking
George,
for.
it don't
then.
matter. I support who's ever winning. And you know what? I do have one now. It's the
Who?
Colorado Buffaloes.
They ain't finna win.
wherever Coach Prime goes, that's where I go.
I
George.
respect Prime.
George.
Yes, sir.
Go
yes,
Buffs.
sir.
You wouldn't leave Norman, Oklahoma to go to Southern California?
Yeah, most definitely.
Exactly.
leave too.
Yeah, they threw him a boatload of money in
Yeah.
a private
Please,
jet.
right.
Yeah,
Everybody
of course
trying to
that's
live
why
in
you left.
Norman. Who trying to live in Norman, Oklahoma?
Man,
Yeah,
stop.
man, he ain't built like that. That's
He
just
ain't
what
built
it
like
is.
that.
Who ain't built like that?
Lincoln Riley.
Lincoln Riley ain't
You
built
sure
like
wasn't
that.
saying that when he was your coach, was you?
He ain't built.
Yeah.
He ain't
No,
built,
stop
But
it.
I don't talk about him. I talk about Alex Grinch. He don't play
Man, look.
defense. They don't play defense.
Hey, look.
he ain't built to win.
Listen,
I
everybody
mean,
out there
he's
listen.
great. He's great.
Everybody out there listen. I'm putting it on record. We going undefeated next year, and we winning the Natty. I'm done.
Who y'all beating in that championship?
Whoever want to get that smoke.
Oh my God, here George go.
I told you I'm done. I'm done.
You know what? George might be worse to you for real. George really might be worse.
At least I'm honest with my team. I'm honest.
We all woke up to Barry. You know what? This dude, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with George.
I love George.
I love George. I really do. I love George. But you know what? This is what's happening to George. Nothing's happening. Okay, that's what you're getting. You get crickets. Okay, you're not winning nothing.
I
okay,
remember
George?
Can you imagine?
Remember that.
All
Can you
this talking
imagine
you
what the face George was having after the end of that Tulane? And I felt so bad for him because like you got to spend money on these tickets.
Y'all went
I
spent all
turned
that money on parking and
I
tickets and
turned
all
the
that
game
just
off
to
'cause
lose to Tulane.
George, I swear,
Man, George,
I love
I'm
Caleb.
sorry.
I love Caleb. I love
him too. He's good.
Love him.
He's really
great.
good, George.
He's great.
He's a great
I
quarterback.
turned the game off because I just knew y'all won that game.
Yeah, we love Caleb Williams, but I mean, I'm sorry, bro. I would love to see y'all.
Y'all
face.
lost Tulane.
I need
That's
that
not
steel
good.
frame of you and Marcus' face, but y'all lost to Tulane. Man. I'm sorry, bro. And Tulane was not bad, but it's just
Nah.
like, bro, you're USC and they're Tulane.
You can't. You got Caleb Williams.
Whenever
on
you
your
got a
side.
team named the Green Wave, bro, you should supposed to beat them, bro.
Facts.
There's no such thing as a Green
But the
Wave.
quarterback,
I'm just saying.
what the quarterback
Facts.
do that game, George Tulane? He didn't really do anything, did he?
You know what? I don't recall. We lost.
The running back is a killer. The running
Yeah,
back
he's
was
pretty
good.
Hear me
He killed
well.
y'all.
We here. Now
Okay.
what? We want anybody, everybody.
So,
Fight on.
you hear that?
Forever.
Fight on.
This is gonna be on recording, so
Yes, I
we'll
want
come
it to
back
be.
to this.
Just
You know,
keep
what's
fighting.
the date? It's
Keep
Sunday,
fighting, huh? Keep fighting.
April
Keep fighting.
2nd.
Keep kicking.
Sunday, April 2nd at 5:43.
Yeah.
yeah, I remember this.
Yeah,
Hey,
mark
say
it.
that.
Time
Time
stamp
step that.
it. Time
we'll
stamp it.
time
Time
Yeah,
stamp.
we'll definitely time step that because I mean we gonna come back to this.
Yeah.
George will be back on the show, and I will make sure we bring it up when it doesn't happen. Okay, that's it. So.
Okay.
That's going to end our show. I think we're gonna wrap it up. I mean, it's been a good show, man. I ain't laughed. I ain't laughed this much on the show. I don't think ever, man, because you guys are hilarious. So I appreciate you guys for coming on. It's been a great show. Do you guys want to leave any remarks before we get on out of here?
Just thanks for having me, man. You really,
Oh, man.
you got it going on your show, man. I love Mike to Mike podcast. Yeah, I'll be
I
back.
appreciate that.
Yes,
I appreciate that. I thank you for coming on, you family. Anytime y'all want to come on, you already know. You ain't even got to ask. Just be like, I'm coming on the show. I
sure.
got you.
Big
All
time.
right. As long as I got enough mics, y'all on the show. What you think, George? You got any remarks
You know
for
what?
us?
Always as before, man. We love it. Keep on supporting Mike, man. You're doing a good thing. Keep on tuning in. Whenever you want me, I'm here, man.
Oh man, hey, you know you a staple on the show. Both of y'all would be staples on this show because you know I ain't stopping. I ain't stopping for nobody. I love doing this. We have a lot of good, conversation, a good time. I laugh a lot. This is what I do anyway. This is what I always do. So this is nothing new for me. I'm just doing it on recording now. But this is how I always am. This ain't no gimmick for me. This is just really who I am.
Yeah.
But I appreciate all you guys for tuning in. Like I always say, man, follow, subscribe on YouTube. We are on YouTube now, so please subscribe. You can go to my link tree to get all my links. So if you have an Android, we got Google Podcasts. If you have Apple, we have Apple Podcasts. If you want to see it on video, we got YouTube, we got TikTok, we got Instagram where you can check out my clips, and even on Facebook, we putting them all on Facebook where you can check out reels. So even if you don't have enough time to watch the whole episode, you can just watch the big clips from the episode. We put all that out there, so you can't miss any of the Mike to Mike podcast. I appreciate all y'all as always. I love all y'all, and see you next week. And be on the lookout for the next episode.